And so welcome everybody. And this is the family for Pharmanex and for us to what's the name again? What's the official name?
Yeah.
New
Uh,
Pharma
New
leaders.
Pharma leaders.
yeah. New Pharmanex leaders, thank you. And so Deborah, do you want to start? Sorry that I didn't see you, so I didn't know where you were.
I'm here. I had to go on my phone for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with. I'll invite Steve Jobs into my experience.
Oh,
Help me.
baby.
I'm having but anyway, so glad that we're all here and surprise, Dr. Hank, to see you. I think it's just with the holiday and everything coming up, my days are off, but great things are happening and just grateful that Dr. Hank is here. So with that, I'll let him move forward and share the good news.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you, Deborah, and hello, everybody. It's all good to see you, wonderful divine beings, and Merry Christmas to you all. Happy holidays, and thanks so much. This is the last Monday of the month because next Monday is Christmas. and and why I'm here sharing with you. And first of all, I wanted to just share some really exciting news on what's going on that we had. There was a 4-MH event this past weekend, last few days. Robin and Carolyn went, Karen went, and Nancy went, and Mike went, and it was just an amazing time. And I would encourage all of you, whenever you can go to any event that's happening within the organization that is going on, that I would recommend you do it. It'll raise your vibration, raise your point of attraction, really get you to believe too. And so Mike has a video that he did with a Dr. Pierce. And so Dr. Pierce has been in the business since August. And Dr. Pierce says on this video, this interview that Mike did, there Mike is, that that he's making $8,000 a month, and better yet, he's having fun and it's easy and doesn't take much time, etc. And that's because Mike was intentional. He wanted the best booth, the best position in the booth, and he wanted to be surrounded by 2 people that were really great, and was surrounded by 2 doctors to include Dr. Pierce. And so they were like testimonial people for him when he was talking to someone, say, hey, talk to Dr. Pierce there. So that's just wonderful. And then Robin, she's of course our star. She was helping everybody, and out of the blue, a doctor who she has clarity about, she wants a doctor or ideal doctors to come to her. And Robin, you want to share a moment on what happened?
Oh, sure. So yeah, for about, a couple months, I've been declaring every day that I want to attract doctors like Dr. Feld and Dr. Pierce, doctors who totally get it, that, they're looking for what we have. So I brought in the cardiologist, and then so when I went to the A4M, I just really concentrated, focused on that. Who can I help? Who can I serve? And so throughout the event, the second day, this doctor and his girlfriend just walked up directly to me, and he said, well, tell me a little bit about this. So I did. And he said, oh, this is exactly what we're looking for. We do 5 things in our practice, and I do not have anything to measure antioxidants. So he goes, I'm in. Let's tell me more. And so I did. And I just brought Dr. Moore over to kind of verify, but he said, yeah, Robin did a great job. She told me everything I need to know. And I was a little frazzled because, okay, we had the paperwork, the user agreement, but I hadn't really gone through the steps. So they can put a deposit down. But he said, well, I'll just, when do I have to pay in full? I said, well, tomorrow would be great. Well, let's just do it today.
Yeah.
And so, okay, what do I do? So I went to ask Vince. And I was just like happening so fast. Like, I hope I wasn't nervous inside. I was like, nervous. Carolyn said I didn't look nervous. So I was grateful about that. But it was exactly what I asked for. And
Yeah.
I was excited every time I was asking for that. And so when I was talking to Dr. Hank today, now that I've experienced it, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And see, and it's this ideal. And so I would recommend all of you to identify who's your ideal. Who do you want? Is it doctors? Is it just people that are like the guy who got, is selling all kinds of stuff in a third world country, and or someone you want to be a Robin, you want to be a Deborah, that just think of them, that, and this is what I want. I want to attract people like that. And so in our cup overflow with them. So this one with Robin, she didn't go to them. There were 20 people standing there that this doctor could have gone to. They go to her. In the first discussion, they buy the scanner. They are already looking at scanning their 70 patients a week. Is it, Robin? Is that right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he'll scan all his patients.
Yeah, it's going to scan all of his patients, and he gets 70. He has 70 patients a week, and so he's already going to scan. And if you do the math on that, just every 2 weeks, if most of them sign up, which these patients listen to everything this doctor says, that every 2 weeks, Robin will actually make an income around $1,000 passive income per month. And then that adds onto it. So 2 weeks and then 2 weeks, that's 2,000. Okay. And so when you do the math, like, it just gets bigger and bigger and better and better. That's how magical this business model is. And for you to realize that everybody that you want is there. It's all about you really having focus and clarity about what you do want, and not to disallow it by saying things like, where's my stuff? Where's the doctors? That they're there. It's about you on, allowing this in.
Can I add something, Dr. Hank, really quick?
Sure.
This helped me clarify when we were at dinner one night with all the people from the, our reps. So Chad, who brought in Dr. Pierce, he was sitting right across from me, and I was asking him questions, learning from him. He said, yeah, Dr. Pierce does about 18,000 in volume per month as of right now. He has 200 patients on subscription. He brought in another doctor who's just starting. That's Brandy. She has a brand new practice. She's just starting. And so Chad, when he has 3,000 right in his circle group, he will make 10% off Dr. Pierce's volume. So just to help you guys understand that, if he were at 2,000 in his circle group, he would make less than, well, is it 5% or 2.5, Deborah?
5%.
Okay, 5%. So that's why you want to have 3,000 in your circle group. So absolutely doable. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that for everybody because that helped me.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Robin. And again, to look at that, wow, that's $1,800 passive income who recruited Dr. Pierce. He's making $1,800 just on that per month. It's starting right now. And this has only been in the last 4 or 5 months that Dr. Pierce has been with him. So think on how this can grow. And so
I can add to that.
Okay.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah.
so Chad was at my table, and I was with Chad and Dr. Pierce, and they had to leave on Saturday, so it was just Chad and I on Saturday, and no one wants to talk about specific money, right? I mean, it's kind of personal, whatever. But I asked him, I said, how much is Dr. Pierce making you? I'm just so curious. And I don't know if that's too personal. He goes, no, no, no. He pulls up his account. He goes into Stella and he whipped up his commission check for last month. Okay. He did December. He's already made $2,900 for December. And last month was 2,450 or something right around there. That's one account that is making him that kind of income.
Right.
And so it just kind of goes to show if you can find a doctor that is going to be aggressive with it and actually try to implement this into their practice and make it worth their while, right? I don't think this is out of the ordinary. I don't think Dr. Pierce is anything more than any other doctor would do, but that's the type of income you can expect from that one account.
That's awesome. And so you just need
And it's
more
just
doctors
growing
like
because
that.
he's 3 months in, and
Yeah.
it's just going to keep growing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, being around that gets you really fired up too, because it really gives you that belief in, wow, this can happen.
Yeah.
It really can, you know.
Yeah.
That's
And there's
why-
Chad. He started, I don't know, what, July? And
5
one of his
months ago.
very first signups is Dr. Pierce.
Right. Yeah.
Lucky
Yeah.
guy, he drew him to him, right? He went out,
Yeah.
he found him, and congratulations, all that. I've been doing this for 3 years. I haven't landed it. However, good things happened at this show as well. And things are really going to start taking off. If I have the floor, I'll tell you at the very end of the show, we were packing up and I was getting ready to leave. I mean, I was tired. I was done. We're down to the last 15 minutes. I'm like, Chad, I'm packing up. I'm done. I'm tired. I don't think anyone's going to come around. So my scanner's packed, and then I kind of him and hawing. I'm like, really should help out closing down the booth, right? So I stuck around. This couple walks up. It's a doctor and his wife. I don't know if she's a nurse practitioner or what, but they work the business together. They are very interested. Dr. Moore, luckily, was right there, stepped in. They had a really long conversation. I mean, they talked for 25, 30 minutes. And here I'm thinking in my head, like, I really kind of want to get going. I'm tired here, but let's see where this goes. So it ended up, call me Monday morning, 8:00 our time. And then we're going to think about it on our flight and make a decision, but let's schedule a call. Anyway, phone call had this morning. They signed up, they bought a scanner. Now I'm learning on this phone conversation, not only, I mean, this thing goes better and better. This doctor, I think, can help my daughter with her health issues. But are you aware of or know of a guy? He's big on TikTok. He's probably big on YouTube. I don't know. I don't follow YouTube so much. Named Gary Brecka. He's huge in the space of kind of functional medicine. He's not a doctor. He's a biological scientist, right? But huge, massive following. This doctor consults to Gary Brecka.
There you go.
Massive opportunity. Who knows where this is going to lead? And maybe it leads to nothing. Maybe it leads to a lot of things, but you never know. And here's a guy who walked up and Dr. Hank, I told Robin this going into Saturday. I'm thinking, where's my stuff? Right. I've been trying to manifest all these signups and nothing, right? I hadn't signed anyone up yet. It was coming. You just got to be patient. Just love the process. Just have love. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Peace. Just go through the whole day and really just be at peace and love, and look what happened.
Yeah.
They walked up. I was leaving and they walked up and we just signed them up.
And-
So, but that's my little 2 bits.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's fantastic, Mike, and congratulations, way to be. And so it is happening. And the reason why it didn't happen is you were in a state of disallowing, where's my stuff? And then when you finally gave up, you allowed it in. And you gave up and said, I just want to get out of here and whatever. And so it comes out of the blue and comes not with us trying to think about, oh, is this a good person? Will this work out or whatever, and just flow with it. And so that's super. We don't have to, you don't have to wait a long time. The reason why the example of the person just started, Chad just started that, and then got that is because he didn't have any resistant thoughts. In other words, he didn't have any no's or, oh, it's this multi-level, or, I don't have the money or whatever. And so he just went out there and innocent, come to me as children. And so take all those experiences that all of you have had and bless them on the no's, and realize that that actually is there to help build your energy to what you just heard now, that you can attract doctors, you can attract people that are connected to millions of people or whatever. You just have to be clear and start asking for that. And so one of the ways to do that, and especially since this is our last team meeting for the year, is to be for Deborah and Robin and our team here, is to look at and to expect that 2024 is going to be the best year you've ever had, and that you have a bright future now. And so it doesn't matter what happened in 23 or those 3 years before, or to any of you on what happened before. What the only power that we have is in this present moment and what we're thinking, what we're feeling. And so if Robin can do it, if Mike can do it, that you can do it, okay? That we are all special. And all you need to do is have clarity on what you do want and not think about the stuff that you don't want. And then it will all come to you. And so with that, any other thoughts, comments from all this good news that happens and just happened? Well, with that, I want to get to our agenda, if you will. And it's really two things that I wanted to talk about, and that we felt that it might be helpful for you to think about. And the first is on getting leads, and we can go back to this. I'll briefly look at this, but I encourage all of you to really go local. And that there's all the business that you need right on your nose. Both Jenny attracted a doctor, Robin attracted a doctor locally, Deborah has, that you have all the business right on your nose. And the best way to influence people is to be there face to face. And so face to face, then it's like Zoom, then it's talking on the phone, then it's texting, then it's email. So email is the least effective, and basically you're wasting your time if you're using email. It's not a very effective way to communicate. So pick up the phone, talk to people, whatever. If I can, Deborah asked me, hey, should I give my neighbors something for Christmas? And I said, you bet. Give them a free book. And so you all have access to Good Feeling Thoughts. It's one of the 3 steps to good health. And this is divine answer on the 3 steps to good health. It's good feeling thoughts, is breathing deeply and drinking lots of water. And those good feeling thoughts will lead you to all the business you want and everything you want. So I suggested to Deborah, give them, let everybody know, let all your neighbors know that you're a health expert and that you have, you'd like to share with them the 3 steps to good health and a free book. And build that relationship with your neighbors, with your local chiropractor, with whoever, and say, I'd love to share all of this. I've got more good news for you, and I'd love to share all of this at your whatever, at your kid's school with the PTA, at the chiropractor's office, whatever, that you could have all the business, and it's way more fun this way, in person, having fun, building relationships. And so there's all kinds of people. And if you need to know, like we have, you know, a whole health fair that you can put on by yourself, and it basically is 3 steps to good health, 7 steps to becoming a super ager. And everybody, you want to create curiosity. What is a super ager? And that these are people that are living in their 90s and healthy in their 90s and beyond. And what are they doing? There's just 7 steps, and you can modify all this. It's a Word document to make it, you know, comfortable for you. And then you can also give away a free health analysis, a free consultation. And that's where you use a scanner. And so I would encourage all of you to, and I don't know why there's resistance to this, but like you can have all your business there. The other way to get leads is through LinkedIn. It's a very effective way and doesn't cost any money. And it normally would cost $500 to do that one. And so I would recommend you do that. Also, there's other things like YouTube, to have a YouTube channel, to start, you know, sharing you and your enthusiasm about what you have to offer, and because you're a health expert. And so leads aren't attracting people. You just need to be thinking about how you want to do it. You don't have to figure out how you're going to get these amazing doctors like Mike did, like Robin did, that you don't have to figure that out. Like Deborah just attracted, it'll be all the business she ever needs, and a guy who has a health spa. And or a health, I guess health spa is good way of putting it. That there's all this opportunity. You just identify, what do you want to do? What do you want? And as you do, and get rid of those other thoughts, it'll all come to you. And so you don't have to figure it out. Mike didn't have to figure that out. Robin didn't have to figure it out. Deborah's thing is from some guy that she met 5 years ago. And because of the contrast she had with her family, she was over at this guy's spa, you know, whatever. I mean, it's just crazy. And 5 years later, now we can figure it out. Oh, I see. God was doing all that so that my business could explode. So just plan to have a bright future. Okay, so that's number one. On know that there's all the business that you want. This world has everything you want and everything you don't want. It's just a matter of you thinking about what you do want. And so with that, any thoughts, comments about that? What do you like best about that? And I'm going to make you speak this time.
Dr. Hank, I think it's a great reminder as far as having that abundance mindset instead of, thinking we're very limited. We're not. There is, like you said, all the business that we want is right in front of us.
Yeah, it really is. And again, people will say, well, I don't have any business. Well, now you're back to doubt and pushing away. You're closing the door. A nice way of looking at some of this is, what doors are you opening? And what doors are you closing? And so the doors of abundance. And so I love walking down the corridor of joy with the doors of abundance opening wide for me. And those abundance aren't, oh, I didn't make any money, or I didn't sell scanner yet, or, whatever that's your prayer. I didn't sell a scanner yet, then okay, no problem. We'll make sure you don't sell scanners.
And can I say something too? Thank you, Dr. Hank. That's awesome. And like Jenny said, it's an abundance mentality. It's what you think about, you bring about, and you just focus on that and focus on what you do want. But it's also important too, like when you do place that scanner, that's all exciting. They get the scanner, right? And they start using it. But it's very important to be in touch, follow up with them. Like, for example, I felt a calling, like I haven't heard from Jose, who owns a med spa, in a couple of days. Let me just check on him, right? How's it going? He said, Deborah, I'm lost. And I just felt like that. So we have a Zoom call scheduled where I'm gonna, help him, because you want to, especially when they're new, to check in and see how things are doing. When you don't hear back from somebody after a while or see any volume coming in, then, just reach out, because that's what we're here for. So yes, it is about the initial, great, we placed a scanner, right? But then it's also the manifestation of that scanner, running smoothly, and, bringing in that abundance and helping their patients with it. So we just need to just be clear on that. I wanted to bring that up.
It's fantastic, Deborah, and it actually leads us to what are our high payoff activities. And I would recommend that you all write this down, because if you just focus on the 4 things, you'll be wildly successful. And the first and most important is to pre-pave everything. So that means start calling, hey, today is going to be a really good day. Be more general about it. Not I'm going to sell 10 scanners. In fact, get rid of the word sell and use the word place. And so I'm going to place, more scanners now. Just be a little bit more general. Allow God to fill in the spaces for you. So pre-pave it. And that I'm going to try. I love attracting doctors, my ideal doctors. And I would write down what your ideal doctor is. You need to have clarity. You need to ask God what you want and be clear on what you do want. So first step is pre-pave. The second one is to attract the people that you want. And so I want to attract, and that's through your thinking about, hey, I want to attract these people. And so it might be the health fair, it might be your neighbors, it might be LinkedIn, but go what feels best. And so ask, and you can just ask, hey, where do I attract people that I want that can build my business now? And you'll get that. And the third one is to share the good news. And so we have phase 1 call and phase 2 call, and we're going to talk a little about phase 2 call here in a minute. And so sharing the good news. And then the last one is follow-up, exactly what Deborah was saying. And this is follow-up all through this cycle. So I'm going to follow up with someone sets an appointment with me on LinkedIn or whatever. Then I'm going to follow up with a text or whatever. Hey, I'm really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm so excited, and learn something about them. Show that you care. And that might be just a good one to write down, as far as I'm going to show other people that I care about them. My coaching business, I could have as many people as I want. I limit my coaching business because I care about the people. I pray for them every day. And if I got 100 people, it'll take me all day to pray for them. And so, but I want people that are ready, willing, and able. And so do you. And another thing that you want is you want to attract people ready, willing, and able, and that are confident. People that say things like, well, I want to test it first and share with somebody else. Just tell them right off that they'll fail this way. What are you? You don't know squat about that. You don't know how to do it. We need to do it, and you need a scanner. You gotta be all in. And so I want confident people who just say, "Hey, sign me up. I want that. I want Mike's, Robin and Mike's doctors. That's who I want. That sign up right away. That's who I want." Yeah. And so you got to be clear on that. And say that, but you got to say it every day. You got to get that into your being, your essence of who you are. So this follow-up is, and after the first phase 1 call, send them a text. Hey, great being with you. Let me know, what did you like best? And then review the benefits. Did you like about the increase in the health of you, the family, the world? Did you like about the income, the passive income, the team? What did you like about it, best about it? Because you want to be on their radar system. See, we have people in this world that is moving so quickly. It's doubling in knowledge like now every 4 months. It's just incredible. It took, thousands of years to double, and now all of a sudden we're doubling every 4 months. And so they got a lot of shiny objects in front of them. They have a lot of distractions from them. What you offer is what everybody wants. Everybody wants to increase their health. Everybody wants to increase their income. This is what you offer them. You need to help them understand that you're there. We're pure, we're whole, we're good. This isn't some rip-off thing, whatever. We are a revenue sharing company. We share with everybody. We just don't have a few people at the top making a lot of money. We have millionaires. We create a millionaire every 3 days. This is where we empower the people. You know, all of us get empowered. There's no ceiling for any of us here. And it's like, this is so exciting. We have just an amazing, amazing opportunity to be able to share this with the world and to increase our income. And why do you want to do that? More choices, more variety, more fun. That, you know, money is good. Money is a gift from God. But we were all brought up with it's the root of all evil and money doesn't grow on trees and blah, blah, blah. So you got a lot of stuff in there. And the way to get out of the stuff that's in there is your present moment. What are you thinking about? Man, I love that I just love what I have right now. I love my body. I love my business. I love this opportunity. I love the people. I love my team. Yeah, I just love and I love my bright future. And I know 2024 is going to be the best ever. And the more that you just keep on saying these things, the more it's going to come. It's as easy as that. And so with that, what did you like best about all that?
I have something to say. I was, from what you were talking about before, I got just what I think is a really good idea. I'm going to send out today Christmas cards to all of my neighbors, which is about 60 in my little circle. Yeah. And I'm going to make a little certificate for a free health analysis scan, because I've been trying to figure out when to do like a scanning party, and it's just so hard to do that. And I think to do that, let them come in one at a time would be better.
Absolutely.
I think that's a great idea. And then maybe even throw in another one for a skin analysis and get them on our Vera app. So now they're connected. You bet. You bet. And the way to position that is that, hey, neighbor, you know, this is my neighbor. Hey, neighbor, you know, every one of us can do this now. Go do this, you know, that is, hey, neighbor, I was thinking about you, and I'm a health expert, and I'd love to give you a free book and a free consultation on your health, you know, a free measurement, whatever. And again, it's not so much about, oh, I got to sell them the scanner. It's about, you got to build the relationship. Got to see what they want. Are they interested in the money? Are they interested in the health? What, you know, what are they interested? What are their motivations that will have them do that? And so that's just great, Carolyn. And again, all of us can do it. So I'd send, you know, Maya's a Christmas card, and, you know, personalize this, and that, you know, 60 of them that, you know, if anything, sign your name on them, and that, but, you know, you're inviting them, and schedule, you know, meeting, or, you know, maybe drop by. You know, you could, on a nice next Saturday morning would be ideal on this, come with a little candy cane and a little, hey, neighbor, and that I just wanted to let you know that my neighbors, and I'm a health expert, and I'd love to help you and your family increase your health. Would you like a free analysis? Have your scanner with you. Yeah, this is your present, the candy cane. And if they're not there, they got a little thing on. I wanted to give you the gift of free health. It just takes 30 seconds. You know, it's not going to, you know, because people think this time of year they're busy. They're not busy. What are people doing on Christmas Day? You know, they're watching football or whatever. Okay, you know, everybody's got plenty of time, and we got our elves and everything that, you know, can take care of us. And so that's beautiful, Carolyn, and way to be inspired and way to be open. So you were open to the idea, yeah, gee, how can I do that? And all of a sudden, we got all that is, if you will, will guide you, and we're giving you, all of you are getting hints all the time to get you what you want. Is that, you know, you're not doing inspired action. You're not listening. You're too busy thinking about what you don't want. You know, my left knee hurts or whatever it is. And, you know, I got a bad hair day. I can't go out on Saturday. Bad hair day. Nobody knows you have a bad hair day. Okay? The only person that knows is you. And it's all made up by your committee. So stop talking to your committee. Don't let it manage you instead of you manage life and your life. And you guys can have it all that you want. We live in the wealthiest nation in the world ever, in the history of the world. We live better than kings and queens. And we have all this money that it's just literally unbelievable. And that, let's go out and get it. And what do they want? They want to increase their health, especially during the holidays and after in January.
This is your time. This is our time to shine. And so say that to yourself. Yeah, this is my time to shine. I'm going to help these people. I'm going to help these neighbors. I'm going to help the local chiropractor. How are you going to help them? Help their patients increase their health and increase their income. Woo, nice. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we still haven't gotten to the agenda that Deborah wanted me to bring up. But it's never fun going on an agenda. You just flow with it. And the flow went right into phase 2 calls. And so phase 1, remember, is really about building the relationship and getting that next appointment. Okay. And don't ever ask anybody if they have any questions. Okay. When you do, you give them all control over the conversation. Instead, you ask them questions, give them a little information, and then ask them, what did you like best so far? Give them a little information. What did you like best so far? And then you talk about it and you listen and you take notes. I take notes here. That's why I know Chad, it's a guy, because I'm taking notes to make sure, hey, and it helps me to really focus my attention on it. And so when they have a good understanding about that, hey, phase 2 call is, and you need to do a good job of that, because Deborah's not going to be doing this for you guys anymore. That basically the system is that, when you first start, Deborah, Robin, whatever, will be there to help you. But then it's you need to help, your people, and you need to do phase 1, phase 2. And we all have the capability, and you all have plenty of knowledge to do, this. And so because the system because you run out of capacity, everybody that we're bringing on needs help, and then their people need help, et cetera. And so this is 2024 is a time where you're going to own your own business. You're going to manage and develop your team. And in phase 2 call, which all of you can do by yourself, you don't need anybody, and nobody needs Dr. Moore, whatever, that, and he's there for if there's a high, degree of knowledge that people want, but the overall thing you guys have. And in the phase 2 call, it all starts with identifying to make sure that they understand what the amazing opportunity, what they're getting into. And so the way that I would start that is, and let's call it that I want to start with, again, I'm building this hey, how are you? How's Krista? What do you got planned? Build that relationship. And then say, in our last call together, we shared a lot of things. And I just want to review those things and make sure that you have clarity over them and what an amazing opportunity this is. And so the first thing is, do you understand about the scanner? It's the only technology in the world that can measure better than a blood analysis on the person's health. It can actually measure antioxidants, which we have doctors all the time looking for this, and we have the answers for them. And do you understand that and what this is? People would love to, buy. We have people around the world wanting to buy this scanner for $30,000, $50,000, and we don't do that. That's not our business model. We want to help everybody to grow. And so do you understand that? And then you be quiet. And they say whatever they say. And if they have a question, and I would write this down, whatever question they have, you say, number 1, that's a great question. Okay, compliment that. Gives you a little time too to think. Okay, breathe deeply. Second thing, ask, why do you ask? And I don't care how obvious you think, hey, is this multi-level? Well, why do you ask? Because I love multi-level. It shares the wealth with everybody. I get it. Because the business model they're thinking about isn't our business model. The multi-level they're thinking about is where you got to buy all this product, and the only people buying the product is there, and it's not a public company, and all this terrible, awful stuff. That's not this is where we share with the revenues. And the way that we have so much revenues is, instead of us spending millions of dollars on TV advertising, that we do grassroots. We love grassroots. And that's what we're doing here, you and I. And so back to one of the benefits, do you understand the scan? Do you understand on the product technologies, what most people would call supplements, I call product technologies. Do you understand that we then have the product technologies to address their health issues to increase their health? Do you understand that? Yeah. Cool. Do you understand that this actually can help prevent major diseases for you, your family? I mean, and so I'm off of the conversation. If I'm hearing all this, I'm thinking like, I'd be a dumb, stupid idiot if I didn't get this. It's like, oh my God, it's the only one in the world. And then, it helps to increase, we share the revenues and, and that, hey, did I tell you about Dr. Pierce? Yeah, Mike was, one of our team members, Mike was just with Dr. Pierce. Yeah, he started in August. He's making $8,000 a month. Would you like, and this is where you ask questions, okay? Because they feel real comfortable because they think they're running the show because you're asking them their opinions. So they think, but see, you're directing where the question goes. And that, would you like to make $8,000 a month? And easily, like Dr. Pierce says? Yeah, well, great. That's super. Just want to make sure you're clear. Now, do you understand the compensation plan? Where you can, and whatever you want to say about the compensation plan, do you understand on the passive income, on how you can make it, that not only for yourself, but your people that you give, that they give, however you want to describe that, and are you clear about that? Yeah. So tell me so far, what do you like best, what I shared with you? And then let them, and whatever they're saying, that's why they're going to buy. Okay, you're getting the answers. You need the answers to the questions on why are they going to buy? What did you like best? Helps you to understand why they're going to buy. So when you're then through with the benefits and more benefits, do you understand who I am? And when you say I, that's you. You stand tall. You're amazing. You got into this business. You have an incredible team. You got, Deborah and Robin, Dr. Moore and Dr. Hank, and $1 billion company, an amazing system, and a way to attract, all the right people. There is no cold calling, if you will, that, in a way there's no ceilings. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And so, what do you like best? What do you like best? So you have all these benefits. So I have this amazing team and these scripts, and I'm going to help you in the first couple of times, to talk with people. I'll be there right at your side to do that. Yeah. And we have it all down, whole system, how to attract the people, phase 1, phase 2 calls that, are you all in? And so then ask them. Now, 1 to 10, and this is do this at phase 1 call too, 1 to 10. And 10 is, and then say it again. Okay, man, then 10 is, I got it. It's the best technology in the world. It's just amazing. All this income, a whole team to support me. I buy a whole business, for a fraction of a cost with just the scanner. Most people want to buy the scanner for, and then plus you get the scanner, and because you have to have a fast start. The system is to have a fast start to be successful. You have to, of course, purchase a scanner, but you're purchasing the whole business. And so 10, that's 10. Down to 1 where you have no interest at all. And so where are you? You're 1, you're 5, you're 10. And they say whatever they say. It doesn't matter what people say, okay? We just need to understand where they're at. And so those people say, hey, I really, I like this. I'm at an 8, or let's say they say I'm at 1. And that's cool. I'm glad you're at 1, that you got. How can I get you to 2? Just do the next number up, not how can I get you to 10? Because when you know how to get them to 2, it'll get them to 10. So how can I get you to 2? And they say whatever they say. And you let them know, have the right answer, that the right answer will come. Breathe deeply and just know that. Okay. And they say, well, I really don't like multi-level. We're not multi-level. That's what you're thinking about is an old system. Oh, I don't have $2,800. We have many solutions for that. We have LinkedIn. I'm sorry, PayPal. And we have, and do you have any relatives? That, because believe me, that if they had cancer right now and you had a solution, they would pay whatever money. They get the money, their credit card, whatever. We just need to make sure we do a good enough job to understand the value that we are offering them. And when they understand that value, that's why through these questions, that's why repeating the benefits in phase 2 calls to be able to make sure, and other good questions are you clear on this? You know, ask, are you clear? What did you like best? 1 to 10, are you all in? You know, I want to be all in. And not to mention, oh, by the way, trips, and, you know, Deborah's had 2 trips this year. Robin just came back from, well, she's really had 2 trips, one not paid for per se, but kind of through. I mean, she didn't win the trip, but she did go to Hawaii with entire family for a week. So with that, Deborah, would you like to comment about phase 2 call there, and other things to add value to that call?
Yeah, well, a phase 2 call, and thank you, Dr. Hank, but a phase 2 call is, you know, after, of course, you have the phase 1 call, and then phase 2 call is really just to clarify, you know, what we have, and then, you know, to edify it by having, you know, if they need that. So I don't always have somebody on a second phase 2 call, you know, whether that's Dr. Moore, my direct upline, but I, in part of this whole system that we have, I mean, it is important, I believe, for them to hear another voice. But let that be your direct upline, your direct person. Because for me, like, you know, as you grow this, your capacity gets a little limited. And I have people that are reaching out asking me to do phase 2 calls, and I'd love to do them all, but and help you. But again, you got to remember and stick back to our system of, well, who's the person that brought me in, because they're capable of doing it as well, and doing that. So, and just expect the best on those phase 2 calls. I mean, they don't have questions, you know, they're ready to go. And just kind of, you know, go from there and just enjoy the flow of that whole process as well. And don't get attached, you know, to the outcome of how it goes. And know that if they don't come on board, you know, immediately, right? Like, we have these Wednesday night calls. And for example, this Wednesday, we're doing one with Dr. Joe Chang, who is the founder, right, of Pharmanex. And that is a great one to start promoting to people, even people that you haven't talked to in months, you know, start letting them know. So keep that in mind, as well as not in lieu of a phase 2 call, but another way to increase that momentum and excitement as we go through this, you know, system, you know, and journey, because we always want to follow something that, of course, is proven, right? But have fun with it, and don't get too carried away on, you know, oh, well, you know, this didn't happen right now, or, you know, I have people lined up coming on in January, whatever the case, great. You know, I'm ready in January. Good. I say do it now because it's a tax write-off, you know,
Right. There you go. Yeah.
for January, but you know, there's no better time but now, you know, and where this is going. So just keeping that in mind. And Dr. Hank and I were talking, I think it was Friday, you know, we're looking for not sharks, lions and whales, you know.
Sharks. Yeah, whales. Yeah.
Right. And that's what we're looking for. So just think big. We're not there to convince people, you know, or we're looking for the ones that get it, that see the bigger picture, that are at 12 o'clock, the time is right in their life right now, and they and they're like, let's do this, you know, let's go. And if it's not right now, then they might be like Jose, who reaches out 5 years later and says, hey, I remember you. So hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah, that's great. And it's a great way to end too, on thinking about these whales, and to go whale hunting. And so Robin got a whale, okay? And Mike got a whale. And you know, these are, think about multiple scammers. If you don't ask for it, God can't give it to you because you have free will. And so what do you want? Man, I love the idea. And if anything, to write down, and the way to get out of all the other beliefs that we have that don't serve us any longer is I love the idea of attracting large clients now, of placing multiple scanners now. Someone told me about, maybe it was Robin on the plane that, sits like somebody whatever and says, hey, I have 10 spa locations or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, we need to place the 10 scanners and, have one scanner in each location. And then we want doctors that have 10,000 patients. Jenny has a doctor that has 10,000 patients and is looking for another means of more income and more value to the patients. Well, that's what we provide. I'm telling you, we have it all. You don't have to look for any other shiny object. This is it. And that this is proven, and people are doing it all the time, and so can we. And this will help you. And I would recommend you review this the video several times to really, most people don't accept new ideas till the 6th time. That's why we keep on seeing the same commercials over and over. And so, you really want to just immerse yourself in these thoughts about you, about how great you are, about how your future is so bright, and how you're going to now expand your business and grow your business like you've never been before. No more glass ceilings, no more guards, no more resistant thoughts. Don't have another resistant thoughts, resisting your own good. It's all here for you for the asking. Amen. Oh,
Amen.
Dr. Hank, I have a question.
yeah.
So we could say, I love the idea of attracting whales. And as long as I have that in my head, in my mind, exactly what I want, right?
Yeah. And probably that's a great question. Why do you ask, Robin? But we'll that you just want to be clear on whales. And so what's whales to you? Hey, it's somebody that's really out there, like, Robin and Deborah. It's doctors with many patients. Don't say 10,000. That a lot of patients that are all in. It's like Dr. Pierce. These are the whales. And if you just are thinking about these and not thinking about the person that said no or don't have money or whatever, and you're just thinking about, yeah, I just love that. Don't look at your bank account. Okay, don't look at your weight. Okay, just stop looking at what you don't want. What you do is you make it up. We literally have the power to ask and get whatever we want. So why don't we make up the life that we want? And we want to, from now on, start attracting whales into our business and just have clarity on that whales. Yeah, great question, Robin. Thank you. Yeah. So with that, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. And hopefully we'll see you in an hour for the Master Heart family.
Thank you, Dr. Hank.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Hank,
Merry
Deborah, everyone.
Guys.
All right.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Love it.
Ho, ho, ho. Thank you, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Yoo-hoo. Thank you.